Joey here is a critical Missourian, where I talk about everyday life, about Missouri and beyond. Okay, I just want to have a discussion on this, because it reflects my lack of activity on my videos here lately. I kind of slowed down because one thing that I was suffering from is burnout. And there's several different types of burnout. And it's a real thing. I mean, if you have ADHD, ASD, I mean, you really can find yourself burned out mentally very easily, which is part of my case, and the other part is physical burnout. These are things that we all have suffered from. When we get into a stage where we keep doing the same things over and over and over and over, after a while, it's just like, really, I need a break. And then you'll start feeling like, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to do this. You procrastinate trying to do it. Do whatever task you need to do. And then sometimes it never gets done, or that's when you know you're starting to suffer from burnout. I know that people that get all hyper, everything else, will go do their job and just spend all their energy running like a wildcat, going like real fast at a single time. Well, the problem is you spend, instead of spreading your energy out over the course of the whole day, you physically burn out before you even get halfway through your day. So by the time you've done got through maybe a few hours of feeling like you're a major robot, and or Superman, and you could do all these other things like really fast. Then come midday, you're just feeling like that you've been ran over by a freight train, and then come near the end of the day, you're just like really lethargic, and you still have to figure out how you're going to make it through the remaining part of your day. The thing is that I'm trying to point is, burnout is a thing that really does happen. You gotta learn how to sometimes take a break from yourself, from everything. Slow down and let things progress naturally. Pace yourself. Don't get too much into it. And for those who are not aware and who aren't aware of this, yes, we with ADHD and with ADHD, ASD, and other neurodivergences, we also suffer from burnout, from overstimulation, overuse of our brains, having too many people around us, or working our brains into a frenzy, working on focusing on a task. I mean, that can also cause burnout. Another thing is that can affect anybody who's neurotypical or normal, as it's called. You can also suffer from mental burnout, just the same as we do. Um, Only we can burn out faster. We could. Um, but mental burnout is when you're applying too much of yourself into a task as well. Or um, you're going through a stressful moment and it's just all that stress can tax on you. Um, and then a bunch of other things happen more simultaneously, and you're stressed to the max, and you're adding more stress, and it causes you to feel like too much, and that causes another type of mental burnout. There's emotional burnout that we have to also take account for. Um, when somebody, let's say, has to deal with a death of one person, and then someone else in the family causes a bunch of drama at the same time, and then all of a sudden you got someone else in the family at the same time that all this is going on falls sick or has a heart attack or whatever. Then you have to deal with that on top of there, and it's when a bunch of things happen simultaneously. Then you have a problem with you suffer from that kind of burnout. I mean, there is all types of burnouts, and it's a real thing. And seriously, people, this is why sometimes it's best to just step back and take a breather, and then step back into the role and sort things one at a time. I took a 3 month recess from working on videos because I was like working on like 2 or 3 a day, sometimes 4. But it was just I would just let myself get a little overtaxed. Seriously, but we need to stop and think that these burnouts are there, and that we need to don't sit here and poke fun at people. We need to be able to. I think we need to try to recognize that everybody has their moments where they will possibly burn out, and recognize that. Try to recognize the symptoms. Like I said, one of the things that can get me or some people with ASD is having too many people all around me in close quarters, everybody talking all at once, and I'm trying to keep track of what everybody, all that, all at once, and it just, the overstimulation is just mind numbing. So yeah, you got whenever I'm getting overstimulated, I'll just step away from everybody. That should be that should be a cue that I'm getting too much from everybody all at once. I'm just saying, for example, when you see someone showing the cues that they're suffering from burnout, and oh, I forgot. Don't forget that you could be burned out because of an illness. I mean, seriously, if someone's sick, they are not going to have the energy, nor maybe not even have the mental capacity. I'm not saying that both will happen. I'm saying that they probably will not feel like having a whole lot of people around them as well, right when they're recovering from some illness, especially like, say, someone catch the flu. Trying to expect them to do this, that, and another can cause that's a kind of medical burnout, medical induced burnout that will tax your brain or tax your physical ability to do anything. That's another thing that we need to recognize. And like I said, mental burnout. Sometimes when we allow, sometimes some types of burnout mentally should be evaluated by a psychiatrist. There are types of burnout that are, or types of mental burnout that really require a licensed professional, because really, that type of burnout, it exists. It exists. It's there. That type of burnout, yeah, I would suggest that a licensed professional handle that, but it wouldn't hurt for common people to brush up on that type of burnout and just point out, if you see it, kind of hint that maybe the person might want to be careful. If it's really bad enough, maybe suggest that they see a professional assistance when it comes to something like that. None of us have to be doctors. We just have to use a little common sense and look for the signs and symptoms. I mean, everyday burnout happens. I mean, that's something else. That's a common type of burnout, people, that we all experience. We go to work, we work all day, and then by the time we get home, we just don't feel like doing much. And yet, we still sometimes got to clean, cook, get ourselves bathed, and then getting ready for bed later at the end of the day. I mean, we're still by the time we are done with our shift, going home, we still have to face all these things, and it's like, oh, do we really have to deal with this? And that's kind of like an everyday burnout that, that everybody experiences. It's like, do we have? We'll put in our put in all our energy into our shift, and after that, we just don't feel like doing much else. We don't want to go anywhere. We don't want to do anything. I mean, it's not trying to be lazy. It's just that we've used up all our energy and just don't feel like getting out doing much. And sometimes we've got to kick ourselves in the buns just to complete the task at hand. So yeah, that's an everyday burnout. So, but that's minor compared to what I'm trying to discuss earlier in the video. Those are more like moderate to major burnouts. There's different levels. There's different levels of burnout, but yes, I just want to point out, that we all have to keep this in mind, that burnout is real. Burnout happens. Whether it be physical, medical induced, mental, or induced by, again, you want to categorize it as medical, by handicaps like us with there are neurodivergent, and then daily burnout from doing everyday tasks, and then using up all our energy. It's like physical, mental, emotional burnout. That's another thing that happens. And what else? Anyhow, I'll remember it out. But anyhow, the point is, with this whole video, do keep in mind that we do sometimes need to step back and take a break. We need to be able to recognize our points where we're nearly burnt out, and then step back away. I mean, with everyday burnout, I know most companies provide at least a lunch break, so that gives us a few minutes to sit on our butts while we're trying to recover. So that kind of helps a little. But still, with the major and moderate burnouts from emotional, physical, medical, mental, anyhow, these, you just need to learn to step back, and if it still feels like it's too much, please seek guidance from a medical professional. Please do not let yourself get further burned out than what you already have. But that's my take on the whole video. And this is the Critical Missourian, and I'm signing out.